That one's slow. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
There we go. There we go. We are currently live on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. This is my daughter, Samantha.
Hi.
We are here to talk all about cruising. We're going to ask each other questions and answer them. And if you have any questions, you can just type them in the comments. Hopefully we'll see them, and then we can answer your questions as well. So this is my daughter, Samantha. She's, like I said, she is 26 years old.
26. You wouldn't believe it. Most people don't. But...
And she is my first cruising buddy.
Yeah.
We went on our very first cruise together, and we have been on every cruise together, although we haven't always been roommates because we've brought other people with us. So we're not always roommates, but we are always cruising together. So Samantha, what is your absolute favorite thing about cruising?
The drink package, duh. No. I mean, that is a good perk, though. So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I love it all, but I'd say probably, just like being out in the middle of the ocean, really, like no land around, like literally there's just
what kind of washes all your cares away.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Endless water from all directions. Yes. So, what's your absolute favorite?
My absolute favorite. I really think it's about just being able to get on the boat and then having no worries for a week or 5 days or however long your cruise is, because they do all your cooking, they do all your cleaning. You literally just get to enjoy yourself, and it's fantastic. I love it. Love it. All right. So what is your favorite port that you've been to so far?
Half Moon Cay, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then my second would probably be Bimini.
Bimini?
Yep.
Yep.
How about yours?
I think same. Half Moon Cay is just absolutely gorgeous. I've never been there. I'm trying to get a cruise itinerary that stops there because it's just an absolutely gorgeous island. Bimini is one of the first ports that we went to, and it wasn't even supposed to be a port that we went to, but they had to change ports. I don't remember why they changed. Do you?
I don't remember.
But we ended up absolutely loving it. Didn't have any excursions planned for that particular stop. We just grabbed a taxi and had them take us to the local shopping, local beach area, and we just had a blast. It was fantastic.
Okay, what's your least favorite thing about cruising?
Oh, disembarking.
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Outside of that, that is a good question. Let me think about that one. Do you have a least favorite?
Well, I guess I would say disembarking too, or not winning in the casino. I mean,
oh yeah,
like, come on, no.
Yeah.
I just want to hit big one time.
And trivia, not winning at trivia too, because you and I are both kind of smart, and we're very competitive, so not winning at trivia kind of annoys us.
Yeah, right. You do so well until like the last two questions, and then you lose.
Right, right. Yeah. Okay, so let me think.
Oh, somebody joined. Oh, they left. Oh, they're back again, maybe. I can't. And they left.
Hello, Jennifer.
Is it Jennifer?
Jennifer's here, and
no, that's an invite
to join as a guest. That watching.
Okay. This is my first time doing a live, so I don't know how it works. But
let me think. I should have had a list of questions prepared.
Yeah.
So favorite port. What's your least favorite port?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, we've been to so far. I mean, we haven't been to a ton because we seem to go to the same ones quite often, because we usually cruise out of Baltimore or Norfolk, and the port stops out of those two ports are pretty limited to mostly the Bahamas occasionally.
Miss M. I don't know who that is.
Hello, Miss M. Nice to see you. Anyway, the port stops for going out of Baltimore and Norfolk are usually the Bahamas, occasionally Grand Turk, maybe the Dominican, but not too much further than there generally. So your least favorite port that we've been to so far?
I would probably say Ocho Rios. In Jamaica.
Yeah.
I think that was on our first one too. And that it was just so hot that day.
Yeah.
People
Yeah. Yeah.
were not pleasant, I guess. People that we were cruising with anyway. And you know, they just I mean, that was my first experience like being like heckled, I guess, you know, like for the shops and stuff. So that was just like overwhelming for me. So yeah, it wasn't
Right. And we had
I'd go
issues.
back,
We
but-
had issues getting off of the ship because we had a minor with us.
yes.
And that ended up messing up our excursions. So
Mhm.
like the whole day was just messed up and miserable. It was hot. It was
And that was all during COVID time too. So like
Yeah.
we couldn't get off the ship right away. Like there was some kind of thing that they had to do at the port.
yeah,
to-
they had to verify that everybody had gotten the COVID shots and all of that. So
so
it was just a bad stop. I don't think it was so much the port that was the issue. It was just
yeah.
just the situation.
I'll say, like I said, I would go back to try it again, but I think just like the first experience and all of that happening, that's just kind of what
Right. Right.
made it like, ooh. Okay, so what's your least favorite part? You're saying Nassau, aren't you?
Ooh, I am going to say Nassau. And I don't hate Nassau. Like a lot of people really hate Nassau. I don't know. Once you get out of the actual port area, it just doesn't feel like a safe area to me. And that could just be my perception. I'm not saying that it is not safe. So please don't think that. To me, it just doesn't feel like the safest area. And so I just prefer not to.
Well, I don't have an opinion on Nassau because I didn't get
you
off the
slept
ship.
through it.
I did because the drink package was drink packaging the night before. So
Yes.
yeah, but
Yes.
I did get up and the ship was like almost empty. Which is, you know, also like if you don't ever want to get off at a port, I mean, it's beautiful because you finally get in the pool. No lines like for breakfast or lunch or whatever. I was having a good time. Like, don't get me wrong.
And I have no opinion on that because I've never stayed on the ship during a port. So
Yeah, it was nice. You know, I got one of the top balcony, the Lido deck.
Mhm.
And you know, seeing all you guys out there in Nassau, but like it was completely empty. It was just beautiful. But so,
All right. When is your next cruise? Do you have the countdown?
oh, hold on.
Oh no! Without looking.
I think it's probably 34 days, maybe 35.
35 because we leave on Sunday. It's 5 weeks from today.
Okay, well there you go.
Yep.
35 days. So,
All right, your turn.
my turn.
That's not the question.
Oh boy. What's your favorite ship that you've been on? And I know the answer to this too.
The Carnival Legend. I absolutely love it. I think it's the decor is a little Renaissance themed, I guess, but
Yeah.
I think it's just an absolutely gorgeous ship. I love it. Love it. What about you? What's your favorite ship?
I'd probably say the Pride or the very first one. I get them Sunrise,
Sunrise was the first one,
which is weird because it's a sister ship of Sunshine, which is the one we were on last year.
which
and
we don't
we didn't
particularly
care
like.
for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but maybe that's just because it was my first cruise and I fell in love with
right.
everything.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
but other than that, I'd probably say the Pride, which is the
Well-
sister ship to Legend,
Right.
but I like Pride's decor more.
Right. I like the secret hallway in the Legend better than the one.
Yeah,
in
me too,
Pride.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say about the Sunrise is it has that tide bar on the Serenity deck
Mhm.
that we loved. And that might be the difference between the Sunrise and the Sunshine because the Sunshine, we didn't really love the Serenity deck bar.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it too.
So-
Because we spent a lot of time in the hot tub and stuff. There you go.
On excuse me, on Sunrise we did. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a vibe. Just a vibe.
Just a vibe for sure.
Okay, your turn.
All right. So other than Carnival, what cruise lines have you been on?
Oh, I was about to say none, but just kidding. Margaritaville at sea.
Mm.
Yes, her too, because we've been on every cruise together.
Yes.
What's your opinion on Margaritaville?
I actually don't mind Margaritaville. We've only been on the 3-day cruise, and they now have a 6-day cruise. But the 3-day cruise that just runs to Freeport and back from West Palm Beach. I'm like, where do they go out of? West Palm Beach, which is a great, short little cruise. It would be a lot better if we didn't have to travel a whole day and a half to get there. And that's kind of the issue with us for Margaritaville Sea. It is an older ship, so if you're looking for the new fancy ships, Margaritaville Sea at sea is not it for you. But it's a inexpensive little cruise, 3 days
Yeah.
out and back. Like I said, we drive an hour or a day and a half to get there. We drive a day to my sister's house in South Carolina, and then we drive a half a day from there to get to the ship. So it's like 3 days of travel for 3 days of sea. So For us, it's not really worth it to do it a lot. If we lived closer, we would probably be on it several times a year, honestly.
Because I mean, they had like great sales on it too. Like, well, you can sell for like $99.
Yeah,
like
$99, or you can do
$199,
it's a
whatever.
like 149 buy one get one free kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it's, I mean, you can go on this cruise for a few $100s, and it's, you know, just a fun little getaway. You can do it on a weekend, or you can do it in the middle of the week, or
Mhm.
whatever. So
So perfect if you live in Florida. Do it.
absolutely,
Do it.
absolutely.
So
All right.
what? So now that we've only been on 2 cruise lines, what cruise line do you want to try?
Oh. I mean, I do want to try Virgin because of the no kids thing. But I really would like to try. I mean, honestly, I want to try them all, to be honest. But I would like to try Royal Caribbean. The only thing that kind of makes me hesitant about Royal Caribbean is that I've heard it's very dull compared to Carnival. But I'm not really big on the deck parties. If I go to a deck party, I kind of sit in the corner and watch. So
Yeah.
she sometimes joins in dancing and stuff.
If I had my twin sister with me, she's kind of more into that, so I'll do it with her. But that silent disco or that silent night or whatever that we did the last time with the kids, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah.
But
What's your favorite deck party?
my favorite deck party?
Yeah,
Probably the silent disco.
the silent disco. You don't like the sail? I mean, I would pick the sail away.
Yeah, that is a good one, but I mean, to collectively. I mean, I guess because on the tailway we kind of like stick with our group. We don't like collectively
Yeah.
party with other people on the cruise. So I'd probably do silent disco or the first one because it was New Year's Eve or whatever. They had that party with all the glow
Yes,
sticks
I forgot
and-
all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also formal night, and everybody was stepping on my dress, and I got irritated. And
Yeah.
left. Yeah. I'm not a big. I'm definitely a people person, but I'm not a crowd person. And that's one great thing about cruising. Everybody's like, I don't want to cruise because there's too many people. You can't get away. You can't, like, there's just too many people. And there is a lot of people, but there's always some place that you can go where there's not a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always your room, but even if you don't want to go to your room, there's always like a little library or that hallway that's on the Pride and the Legend, or, you know, some tucked in the corner seating area where you can just kind of go and decompress. And as my friend Christy Moore says, D-people.
D-people. Nope.
So,
So, I mean, that's a perfect example. Like my dad, for years, he went on his first cruise last year. Okay, for years he was like, "You guys can go and have fun. Like, I don't want to be." What did he say it?
stuck in a tin can on the ocean with thousands of people.
Yeah.
So
And then me and Amanda were like, "Well, you know, there's a casino and drinks. You know, like just go and do that, whatever." He went last year, and now all he freaking does is watch cruise YouTube. Be like, "When are we going? Can we book this one?" Like,
looks up cruises to go on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so yeah, he loves it. And he is not a people person at all.
Absolutely not.
But he really enjoyed it.
No, we are definitely the social butterflies of the family.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we're both introverts too. Like our whole family is introverted, but
Yeah.
but if you know, out of all of us, her and I are definitely the social butterflies. I call myself an extroverted introvert.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So-
I think I haven't seen any questions. Do you
Mm-mm.
guys have any questions about cruising that you'd like to ask? Trying to see if I can find my face comments up here. I don't YouTube can comment. So.
Right. I don't see any comments on this one either. So,
All right, so let me think.
okay, what's your favorite cruise like activity that like the crew members put on for the staff?
I love, and this is kind of a controversial topic, but I love it.
I'm scared, but
The dancing that the crew members do in the dining room, in the main dining room. People think it's like belittling to them or whatever, but I'm telling you what, if you look at their faces, not all of them, some of them don't like it, but
Yeah.
most of them really love that.
Yeah.
And then the 2 dances that they get the guests to join in, I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I have seen my children, you specifically, really kind of come out of their shell during that dance. Like that's not something you would typically do
right.
anywhere else, but you know, on a cruise ship, you can kind of live your best life, and
Yeah.
you're never going to see
Yeah.
most of the people again. So, all right. What is your favorite activity?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, probably like the trivias or like the games.
Okay.
I only did bingo for the first time on our last cruise, but that was fun. I've been saying this, but deal or no deal. I don't really know what that's all about, but every cruise I'm on, I always look at that. Well, Carnival anyway. They have the game, so I'm going to try it this time. But
another one is Minute to Win It. She actually participated
yeah.
in Minute to Win It on our very first cruise with my nephew Gavin.
And me and Gavin almost won, and then I screwed it up.
She's still sorry for that, Gavin,
Yeah.
if you're watching.
Yeah, for real. I think about that. It's in my nightmares. Not really, but
I don't know. Do they still do Minute to Win It?
I haven't
I
seen
don't know
it.
if I've noticed it. When you're on a cruise, you definitely have to be checking the daily schedule more than once a day. Just keep an eye on it because there's always stuff going on. Always, always, always. What is your favorite thing to eat on a cruise ship?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many choices.
Yeah. Something I didn't really think about.
Or even just your favorite place to eat.
So me and my sister are picky. I keep going in and out on this one.
That's the problem with the background.
Yeah. Me and my sister are picky eaters. Not gonna lie. My mom. Well, I'll let you answer yours, but me and Amanda love Guy's Burgers. For sure. I mean, it's kind of like a tradition now. Like that's what we always get on the first day of the ship. But me and her probably go there like many times throughout the week, many times. But I also do love the deli too. They're like the lunch sandwiches. I do typically the meatball one. So
yeah,
it's good.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I definitely prefer the main dining room. I think mostly because it's usually quieter. Like when you go to the buffet or anywhere on the Lido decks, like Guy's Burgers or the pizza place or the deli, it's a lot of noise. So it's nice to just go sit in a dining room, be waited on, and kind of have that little bit of solace, I guess, in the middle of chaos. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think the food in the main dining room is just better than the buffet in general. A lot of times the food is the same food, but it just is, I think, higher quality in the main dining room.
The main dining room's too extra for me.
A little too fancy for you.
Well, too fancy.
Yeah, they most of my family doesn't like to go to the main dining room with me. Now, when my grandkids go, Waylon, my granddaughter, loves to go to the main dining room with me because that's the only place on ship she can get chicken nuggets and French fries. Which I'm really surprised they don't have something like that at the deli. But
yeah, you'd think they would.
Yeah. But. All right. So that was your favorite place to eat. Ooh, what is your favorite drink?
Man, this is another one. I mean, there's so many. I mean, okay, I'm gonna do like bar by bar, the ones that I
Okay.
So the Alchemy bar, definitely the strawberry basil drop. And then the Red Frog Pub, I think it's called.
Yes.
Probably. Oh, I don't even remember the name of it. It's not Bahama Mama. It's something Sunrise. Something. It's
Tequila,
that yellow one.
Not Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, I wish I remembered the name of that.
Is it the Remedy?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, those are really the only two bars I go to that I remember. So probably those two.
Occasionally we go to Blue Iguana, but they don't really have. I mean, it's more of a tequila bar, and we're not big tequila drinkers. So,
no.
The only other bar that I've been to is the Heroes Bar on the Pride.
Mm-hmm. And I think the only drink that I've ever tried there was I think it's literally like called the Hero Drink or something.
Okay.
And it's that blue one.
Yeah, I,
It'd be
was
like
gonna say,
that.
I
one.
don't couldn't remember what it was called, but the blue one is the only one I ever had there.
Yeah.
What about the Twilight Zone? Do you like the
I
Twilight
was gonna bring
Zone?
that up too because I haven't had it in a while. But when we first started cruising, that frozen drink, that's the one.
But
That,
yeah, we drank a lot of the frozen drinks like first cruise.
yeah. Or the Twilight Zone and the Casino Slips. Those are the two ones I like. But I don't really drink the frozen ones anymore. So
Right.
yeah.
What about the free ice cream? Do you get into that a lot?
No, I don't. Honestly, I might do it like once or twice. Or sometimes I don't at all. It just depends. But no, you.
Yeah. No, not really. I think I did once the very first cruise we went, and I think that's the only time I've ever had ice cream on a cruise ship.
I was like, I did it last time, and I think it was mainly because the kids they always wanted to go. I was like,
Right.
might as well. But I don't really think about it outside of.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I have heard this is a little hack for those of you who don't want to go to the Java Cafe or whatever it's called on whatever ship you're on, that you can take the vanilla ice cream and put it in a cup of coffee from the buffet, and it makes a nice latte for you. I have not tried it, so if you try it, let me know. But I've heard that cruise hack from other people that if you don't want to go to the coffee bar and pay the $8 or $9 or $10 for a specialty coffee. So
I don't drink coffee, or I don't care.
So what can you tell me about the drink package? What makes it worth it?
Well, I'm an alcoholic. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I mean, yeah, it is a lot of money, but like, to make it worth it, you have to drink at least 6 drinks a day. You can have up to 15, whether
Right.
you have the drink package or
Well,
not.
15 alcoholic drinks.
Yes. Which I do, right? Whatever. But it also covers like your soda, your coffees, your specialty coffees. If you drink coffee, I usually like at the Java Cafe or whatever it is. I get the specialty milkshakes; those are covered. Your bottles of water are like what, $1?
Well, it's $2, I think.
Oh, $2. Okay. Honestly, you just don't really have to worry, I guess.
Right.
And like I said, I definitely will make it worth it by drinking at least 6 alcoholic drinks a day. So I don't have to like pay as I go, whatever. So
Right. And the drink package also includes sodas, pops for those of us in Western Pennsylvania.
I say soda.
I usually say so. I don't know why that started
I
that.
everybody's
but,
like, it's pop.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Soda pop.
But it covers like I think energy drinks, juices, all of that. Literally pretty much everything except for wine and bottles. Like you can't get a bottle of champagne, you can't get a bottle of wine.
Right.
And cocktails over $20, which in the souvenir the souvenir drinks you can't get those either.
Yeah.
Never
Never had champagne.
right. So right. Yeah. So she will our dessert is beeping in the oven, so she's gonna go grab that. So yes, drink package. Now, there is, at least on Carnival, a bubbles package, which is just the sodas. But you don't have to have a drink package at all. You can just go and get in the buffet in the main dining room, you can get water, iced tea, and lemonade. Those are all included. And then for breakfast, they have orange juice, hot chocolate, coffee, another like a guava juice blend, which is really good. And I think apple juice, I think is the other juice. There's 3 different juices you can choose from. So you can just get those, or you can pay as you go if you don't have a drink package. You can just buy the bottles of water and the drinks individually. So if you're a person that's only going to drink 1 or 2 drinks, then you obviously aren't going to want to pay the $84.95, I think it is now, for the drink package a day. So,
Yeah.
and you do have to get the drink package for the entire cruise. You can't just pay for it just on sea days and not pay for it on other days. So it really has to be the all or nothing kind of a thing.
And pay for it before you even go, so you can get the discounted price.
Yeah, I think it's 10% off.
And if you decide, you get on your cruise and you didn't get it, but you want to add it, you have to do it. I just learned this, I guess, the first day or no later than the second day.
No later than the second day, yeah.
So, well, yeah.
All right. Anything else? What have we missed talking about? Excursions. What do you think about excursions?
I mean, it's really hit or miss depending on which port you go to. I mean, I always look at every option because there's something that I want to do. But honestly, some of them are just so expensive for what they are.
Right.
But we're definitely more of like a beach day people, or I mean, I did do like a stingray excursion at one time. Probably wouldn't do it again because I was scared of it. But it was a nice experience, one and done, whatever. The only one that I haven't done yet that I really want to do, that I haven't seen come up again for a cruise yet, is horseback riding on the beach. But yeah, what about you?
Same, hit or miss. We've been on some really great excursions, and we've been on some that not really all that great. I think my favorite one so far has been the duck boat tour in Grand Turk. That was a lot of fun. I always, and this is just a personal preference, y'all can do what you want, but I always book with the cruise line. Mostly because I'm not missing that ship. I'm not missing that ship. So if my excursion's running late and I'm with a Carnival excursion, they will wait.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're off on your own and you are running late, the ship is not waiting for you and they will leave without you.
Yeah.
So that's just personal preference because I don't want to be stuck in some foreign country.
And I don't have a passport, so I really don't want to be stuck in a foreign country.
Right. Yes.
So yeah, you can cruise without a passport. You just need a birth certificate and driver's license.
As long as your cruise starts and ends in the same port, same U.S. port, which most of them do, but sometimes they don't. We were actually looking at one to Canada for this year, and it started in New York and ended in Vancouver. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get from Vancouver to New York to get my car?
Yeah, I don't understand that unless they're like doing like one.
Maybe they want people to do back to back because the next one started in Vancouver and ended in New York.
Probably.
So, but we don't have 21 days of vacation to do that.
I wish.
All right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you guys think of any questions, you can just drop them down in the chat and I will just answer them online. And thanks for joining us today. I hope you all are having a happy Easter and enjoying time with your families. And anything else?
Nope. That's
all right.
it.
Have a great day.
See you guys.